This is the third of our Holy Week meditations, and we are looking at the theme Betrayed. We use our hands to bless and wound, reject and serve, love and betray. We remember how our loving Saviour was betrayed, abandoned, and falsely accused on his journey to the cross. Let's examine a passage from Matthew chapter 26, verses 47 to 50, which tells us how Judas betrayed Jesus. While he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a large crowd with swords and clubs from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now the betrayer had given them a sign, saying, "The one I will kiss is the man. Arrest him." At once he came up to Jesus and said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. Jesus said to him, "Friend, do what you are here to do." Then they came and laid hands on Jesus and arrested him. Let the scene play out like a short movie in your imagination. What details catch your attention, stir your thoughts, memories, or emotions? The word that leaps out to me is friend. Jesus was betrayed by a friend, someone close to him, who had walked this journey with him. Have you ever felt betrayed? And how much worse if it was by a friend? Do you still carry the scars? Jesus does. Let his nail-scarred hands hold you and bring you comfort. He knows what it's like to be betrayed. What about Peter? The rooster crowed when he had denied Christ 3 times. The rooster crowed Peter's failure, but it was also a cry of hope, of a new dawn, of victory over death. And, like the rooster, I want to crow victory over this pandemic, life to those living in fear, and hope to those who are struggling to cope in the face of pain and tragedy. I don't want to live in the tomb of isolation, silence, and dread, but to victoriously bring life and love and grace and mercy and faith and hope and, dare I say, joy to those around me. Will you join me? Will you shine your light in the darkness for those who feel abandoned? Will you reach out with your hands of love? Jesus did. He spread his hands wide on that cross, his nail-scarred hands reaching out to embrace us in our times of need. He knows what it's like to be betrayed, abandoned, and finally, falsely accused.
Meanwhile, Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him,
"Are you the king of the Jews?"
Yes, it is as you say.
Jesus replied. When he was accused by the chief priests and the elders, he gave no answer. Then Pilate asked him,
"Don't you hear the testimony they are bringing against you?"
but Jesus made no reply. not even to a single charge, to the great amazement of the governor. Now it was the governor's custom at the feast to release a prisoner chosen by the crowd. At that time they had a notorious prisoner called Barabbas. So when the crowd had gathered, Pilate asked them,
Which one do you want me to release to you? Barabbas or Jesus, who is called Christ?
for he knew it was out of envy that they had handed Jesus over to him. While Pilate was sitting on the judge's seat, his wife sent him this message.
Don't have anything to do with that innocent man, for I have suffered a great deal today in a dream because of him.
But the chief priests and the elders persuaded the crowd to ask for Barabbas and to have Jesus executed.
Which of the two do you want me to release to you?
Asked the governor. They answered.
What shall I do then with Jesus, who is called Christ?
Pilate asked. They all answered,
Why? What crime has he committed?
asked Pilate. But they shouted all the louder. When Pilate saw that he was getting nowhere, but that instead an uproar was starting, he took water and washed his hands in front of the crowd.
I am innocent of this man's blood,
He said.
It is your responsibility.
All the people answered,
Let his blood be on us and on our children.
Crucify him! Crucify him! Those hateful cries ring in my ears, and I still see those hands raised in anger against him. How could they? But Jesus' hands reach out in love from beyond the grave, comforting us in our distress and giving us hope. Let him fill you with his hope as you reach out to take his hand. God bless you.